What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
What is up, y'all? Episode 2, Ginger and the Giant.
Today we're going to be talking a little bit about aliens, time travel. Got some good stuff on hand for you.
Yep, a little bit of this, a little bit of that for you.
I might actually have to check on these ribs here in a second, but
Slacking, buddy.
I know.
Always slacking.
I'm always throwing down.
This guy.
So I got a question for you.
What's up, buddy? What is up?
How likely is it that aliens are real?
See, in my little thinking, you know what I feel like 100% aliens are real just due to the fact of how big our solar system is. Like, I feel like people that say that, like, aliens aren't real, they're mostly just probably thinking inside, probably thinking inside just the Milky Way galaxy itself and the galaxy that we exist in. I don't think that they're thinking to the broad spectrum of how big the universe actually is. And I feel like with the universe being that big, that there's no way there isn't something else out there.
Okay. So, what are aliens to you?
See, that's a good question, just because I feel like it'd be hard to exactly pinpoint what an alien would look like. Like, maybe it looks like just a little gray guy that has no melanin in his skin just because he's out in space and there's no sunlight. Maybe that's what they are. Maybe they can shapeshift. Maybe they're smart enough to have that type of technology so they can look like anything that they really want.
There's a lot of stories from the Navajo that talk about shapeshifters. And out in the West, there is a particular location called, what's that ranch called? Skinwalker Ranch. I've been watching this show it's on its second season now, and there has been rumors that on that particular property there has been sightings of
just
shapeshifters or skinwalkers, or there's been reports of portals. And I have seen during the show, which they just had Post Malone out at the Skinwalker Ranch. I'm not sure when that episode's airing or if it's already aired. I know it comes on tonight, actually, at 8 o'clock on the History Channel, if you guys want to check it out. There was an episode that they had, and an alien, or they always have everything on the property on camera, so everything is always filmed.
Little, like, mirror cameras
and
shit.
No, some like really high-tech cameras.
Shit.
And they have cattle out there. And there was a UFO that was shot coming into focus. And when it got like right above this particular cow that stayed behind from these other cows, this cow literally just dropped dead.
Just done.
Yes. And they did radiation tests on it, and they found extreme levels of gamma radiation.
That's dope.
So
I mean, it sucks for the cow, but that's some pretty good footage for I'm gonna have to take a look at that.
Yeah, I believe it was like season 1, like episode 8 or 9. I can't remember exactly.
For sure. What's this called?
The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch.
The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. But definitely gonna have to take a little peek at that.
Yeah, and they truly believe that this place might be like a portal in the West, and it's a very, very cool show. to watch. So I'd highly recommend it to people that are into stuff like this. I think Portals really ties into like this time travel thing that everyone believes in. I don't exactly believe in time travel due to like my personal research. The only thing that I've found concerning time travel is that when you're in outer space, you age slightly slower than people here on Earth. Sorry guys, we have people doing some construction outside of the studio today. So if you hear some banging, that's the cause of that.
That's the cause.
It's definitely gonna be heard on the podcast, but that's okay.
Get past that.
I got sidetracked kind of.
Pretty much how you age a little bit less in space.
All right, so if you were to have a twin here on Earth and you were to go on a long expedition out in space and to come back, your twin would be aged more than you are. I think it's 38 milliseconds per light year or something when you're in space that you age less than the person on Earth. And it's all calculated and stuff. There's a story written about it by NASA on their website if you guys want to check that out.
Bro, see, I feel like time travel does exist. Like, I don't know. I don't know if like we have. I don't think in this year we'd have any type of visitors or anything like that. But like, if you go back and see like pictures of there was a Mike Tyson fight where there was a man that literally looked like he had an iPhone out in the crowd taking pictures, just like, well, maybe not an iPhone, but just an Android phone taking pictures of the Tyson fight. There's plenty of images like that you can see. I think I seen one where somebody was like out in the crowd with like a Canon fucking camera, and it was shot back in like, I think it was like a Hitler fucking speech, but I could be wrong about that, but I forgot exactly where it was. But it was back in that time era where this man literally just had some sunglasses on, a hoodie on, and a little camera around his chest. So I just don't think they're visiting us maybe in this time. I think that they're able to pretty much go back, and especially with time travel being the way that it is with like the butterfly effect. Oh, you Unabomber look. Pretty
You
much.
said hoodie and sunglasses.
Yeah,
I just
might have been you, shit. But especially with how the butterfly effect is and stuff, like I feel like that you can't necessarily alter the timeline that you're going back to. So they're just letting it play out, and like in these clips, they're kind of accidentally having like little slip-ups where they were allowed to be there, but they got caught being there with the stuff that they had on, and they weren't being as smart as what they could have been, which I don't blame them for that. And I also feel like the man that created The Simpsons, he's probably got a time machine. He just knows too much. He's called too much shit. That man's definitely got one. He's just not giving up the secrets yet. But in time, I feel like maybe eventually we'll figure out the mechanisms of time travel. I don't feel like there's probably a formula out there for it, you know what I mean? But we probably just don't have the technology to make that yet.
Well, from what I've read, you have to have like the right combination of vacuum and gravity and some kind of matter that has negative property, or negative mass, I should say. And they haven't been able to discover this
particular mass, pretty much.
Yeah, which a lot of people think is something along the lines of dark matter.
What would dark matter be?
I'm not exactly sure on what dark matter is. I'd have to do some more research on that.
Yeah,
if we have anybody out there that knows some more about dark matter that could deep dive into it for us, we'd love to have you on for an episode and talk about that.
Drop a couple comments, what you might know, what you might think about some stuff like that. Definitely be nice to know about and learn into a little bit.
Oh yeah, we always love to learn.
Absolutely.
Do you have like a specific theory about aliens that you like,
I don't know.
or time travel?
I mean, I got maybe not necessarily theories. I just kind of personal beliefs on how stuff would work. Like, I don't necessarily like to. I don't know. I kind of mix and match theories that I like in order to like think my own way about it. So I wouldn't necessarily say theories, but a good one about aliens would pretty much be like how we were talking about earlier, with how maybe aliens came down whenever we were these Neanderthal creatures, or maybe whenever we were just evolving and we were just mammals at the time, pretty much like apes and monkeys, that they came down, kind of got a little bit sexual with us, and then we're just the offspring of that down somewhere along the line. I feel like that's a good little belief, maybe. I feel like I kind of want to believe that more than us being fish and then evolving into humans. Even though there's science behind that kind of states that, but for own personal beliefs, I kind of want to
Think I was a merman at some point in a previous life.
Maybe. We might have been. I mean, I don't know. With the Ice Age, could have been a fucking merman. We just evolved from that.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
I think they said after the Ice Age, there was something along the lines of like 13,000 people left.
I mean, maybe
that's a super low number to have repopulated the Earth.
They were fucking
for sure.
They were fucking for sure.
I've kind of developed this little theory about aliens that ties into time travel a little bit. And what kind of led me down this path was there was a case back in, I believe it was like 1958. And there was a UFO sighting, and the person that had called in this UFO sighting reported that he had seen what looked like a human-like person driving this UFO. And he was driving down the highway, and he was
doing a bunch
next to it.
Damn.
And he said it pulled in front of him, and he stopped, and he said it like started lifting the front of his car.
And started pulling him in pretty much.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden his truck just slammed.
Boom.
And it was gone.
Just a shitload of magnetic force attached to it.
Yeah, and he said he had headaches for like 2 weeks.
And he swore that it was a man.
He said it was a human-like man, yeah. And what made me think of this theory, which is that we may have at some point in the near future figured out how to manage to travel through time using gamma radiation, because that is what they're finding
whenever they find these,
like with the cow.
Yeah, with the cow, maybe in crop circles, probably.
All the gamma radiation that was detected, I'm thinking that somehow we figure out how to use gamma radiation in order to time travel. And this will create an alternate timeline, which I think we might already be a part of. And what we know as UFOs is really just us going back into time. And these UFO crashes, they're being so quickly covered up by the military that there is no chance for people to even like go and see for themselves. Right. There's always a border.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can not get to it. There's tents. You can't see anything.
Yeah.
There's super bright lights always facing the people that are going to go try to look at it. So they can't see anything. They minimalize your vision.
Other type of contact with that.
And I think they're trying to figure out, like, they probably think these are people from a different country that are like invading us, but they don't realize what's happening, and they're doing these projects on them at like Area 51, and I think they're literally dissecting humans
trying to figure out
Like
how.
how you're able to have this type of technology, how you're able to.
But they're
do all
really
this
just
stuff.
us in another in an alternate timeline that's just visiting in the past.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I think that's the best theory I could come up with on my own, and I would love for like somebody like Neil deGrasse Tyson to just blow holes in that theory and just tell me why I'm wrong. But until like the year 2027, which is a specific year that somebody that had claimed to be a time traveler that sent in an audio clip to a podcast said that they were from. They said they were from the year 2027, and in the year 2027, that time travel had become possible, and you were able to vacation through time. And the reason for the UFO crashes is because when all this stuff gets figured out, there's going to be some problems.
Yeah, there's gonna be some glitches.
And these people aren't going to be able to come back into the future.
Yeah, they're not gonna be some
So
scientific.
when this stuff happens, if in 2027, if there's really time travel, I highly recommend you guys wait until like probably 2033. Give them like 6-7 years to figure
But
out,
if
get
it's
all the
already-
glitches
if it's already
out.
happening, man. They already done did it.
But I think they have figured out a way to time travel. If that's the case,
I mean,
I think they figured out how to do it effectively.
You think they just give that to anybody though?
if you have the money to do it.
I mean, yeah, but there'd have
These
to.
are
I mean,
rich people that are traveling through time, that are exposed to gamma radiation. Actually, in The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, there was one of the workers. He had to go to the hospital because he started having really, really, really bad migraines. And it was detected that he was exposed to mass amounts of gamma radiation, which started to make the back of his head swell up like an alien.
what the fuck?
And I think that's where
The
big
balloon
headed
heads come from?
Yep, I think that's what happened, dude.
Maybe, I mean, and it also could just be the fact that you're traveling pretty much through time and space whenever you're time traveling, that maybe you're gonna lose a little bit of that melanin in your skin. It's gonna make you a little bit paler, make you a little bit grayer. That could be it. Maybe change your eye color. I mean, especially if it's such a flash, like they might. I don't think that they necessarily look like that, but I feel like that would be a good starting point with it. Just kind of lighter colored, bigger headed, maybe dark eyed people traveling through fucking space, and that's just what happens when you go through that pretty much portal and go back.
All right, so I'm gonna check these ribs, but before I check these ribs, go ahead and give our people the 3 questions that you would ask an alien.
3 questions that I would ask an alien. So while my man's gone, the 3 questions that I would ask an alien, I would, 1, ask them how they were able to come up with this type of technology in order to go back and forth and go between their land, our land, be able to actually have that technology in order to do that, to where maybe they could give it to an Elon Musk type person or somebody to where we can develop that, maybe have some type of interdimensional fucking treaty with us and shit, to where we're not starting wars and shit. But something like that, to where we'll be able to actually have communication between space and whatnot. Also, I would probably ask them if there's any other type of species out there that's able to do it beyond their galaxy as well. So with the galaxy being as big as what it is, maybe they're here and then there's other species over here, there's another one over here. If they all have that type of technology in order to do all of that, and if there's more of them, and then just to be me about the 3rd one, I'd probably ask how they trying to fuck. Just in case I ever gotta take an alien down, you feel me? If it ever comes to where I gotta maybe fuck an alien, I would want to know how to do it right. You feel me? I would want to know what she likes.
I love that your mind goes straight to, I want to make sure I know how to pleasure an alien.
You know what I mean?
Not that I just want to have sex with an alien, but I want to make sure that I am pleasuring
But if they're gonna enslave me and maybe that's just something I gotta fucking do, they're gonna keep me around. They're gonna keep me around.
When it comes to making love, you make love in a variety of ways.
Whatever
you care.
Whatever you need, I'm here for. You feel me? I'm here for moral support without the M, baby. You feel me?
Aliens are gonna be all right when they come across.
You feel me? Hey, they gonna love me. I got the little alien tattoo. They gonna be, all right, I see you out here, boy.
Absolutely.
Come with me.
Supporting the cause.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. They're probably into some freaky shit. They're probably gonna probe me. I don't know if I'd like that.
I mean, maybe you do.
I mean, maybe. I mean, they probably.
They figured it out.
Yeah. They got it down.
I don't think they're probing people, dude.
You don't?
No.
I don't know. I feel like they just do it for the fuck of it, just because it's a stereotype. Like, you know what? After we do all this shit with them, now we're gonna stick something in your ass just for the ride home. I feel like they got a good little sense of humor.
Absolutely, they got to be funny. I mean, I've seen the movie Paul.
You feel me?
You've all seen the movie Paul, I'm sure. That movie's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious. And do you think it's like a thing that aliens could just like touch your head and like
Probably.
take you through like the evolution
Yeah,
of time and shit
probably.
and, like, show you everything that's happened?
I mean, in some studies of probably like hypnotism out there, there's people that's been able to fucking bring you back to a certain point in your mind just because of how much you're constantly thinking about it. So they might just
I think they figured it out on like a massive
on a
level.
telekinesis type level. Probably. Yeah. I mean, especially if they truly don't have a mouth, then obviously they wouldn't need to communicate with their mouths. So why would you need a mouth to talk if you're not going to use your mouth to talk? You would just eventually not have said mouth, you feel me? You would evolve past needing a mouth. So why would they not be able to fucking get inside your head and read your thoughts and fucking talk to you like that and send you to these places and these images through your mind? I mean, your mind's capable of doing some crazy shit, especially with dreams and everything
we only
else.
have access to what? 12%
Yeah.
of our brain?
What is that? I thought it was less than that. I mean,
Shay, do you know the
What-
percentage of your brain that you use? You should pull that out.
I forgot what it is, but I thought it was less than that. But even yeah, your brain is capable of doing some crazy shit, and if they're able to,
I'm pretty curious about this.
if they're able to evolve past that in that type of sense, then absolutely they'd be able to do some shit like that.
Okay.
And absolutely they wouldn't need a mouth, because if you're able to communicate without it, you don't need it.
I think that might be one of the reasons why if aliens aren't humans, like I think they might be, I think that might be one of the reasons that they haven't like absolutely like communicated with us directly, because we can't. They're waiting for us to figure out how to use our brain enough to communicate telekinetically.
I'm not talking to y'all dumbasses until y'all find out how to talk to me.
I mean,
Fuck
why
that.
would they?
Yeah.
They have no reason to, unless they just absolutely need our resources, and at that point they're just going to come into our world and they're going to
take them.
destroy us.
I mean, that might be what they're doing now, just coming in, I'm grabbing this, I'm out.
What percentage of your brain do you use?
Is cholesterol.
10% of your brain.
10% of your brain. Wow, that's sad.
Read the entire thing. Come on.
They said it's just a myth.
Jesus Christ.
I doubt it. I've been lied to my whole life if it's a myth.
Well, this is according to an interview with a neurologist.
Oh, Barry Gordon, liar.
So,
He's trying to fuck
with the name like Barry Gordon, I highly doubt he's lying to anybody.
He's trying to fuck my childhood up. I'll be mad. I
I'll
need
believe it.
that limitless pill, you feel me? I'll be out here talking to aliens.
I think that's what I would do if I like had something that I could access like that, a limitless pill. I would
that would be
absolutely try to use it to
That's what
communicate
you
with
would do?
aliens. Yeah,
I don't know about that. I'd do some slick shit with that.
I'd probably figure out a way to like fine tune my body to be an athletic machine.
Yeah, absolutely.
That way I could live through the side effects after I come down and only have access to 10% of my brain again.
See, I feel like languages probably stick with you, so I'd try to learn as many languages as I can in that said time, just where I'd be able to speak to anybody. I feel like that'd be fucking dope to have. Also, I'd probably turn myself into a finely athletic tuned machine, you feel me? Just fucking, all right, I'm here now, buddy. Like,
Right.
You know, we're
I mean-
super competitive.
Yeah, you feel I'm fucking big out here. I'm the giant, you feel me? I'm gonna be
Yeah.
fucking big out here.
Also, I'm figuring out how to roll a Yahtzee every time when I play
See,
Yahtzee.
no, I would
because
see that would be some shit that I'd do, but I'm going to the casino with that. Like I'm gonna learn some shit to where I can fucking make some money off of it. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm doing some crypto type shit. I'm gonna do something like that.
Yeah, just create an
I'm
algorithm
gonna,
and-
or I'm gonna find ways to fucking be able to trick the fucking system because I'm getting some bread out of the end of this.
you don't have to trick the system if you can create your own.
I mean, yeah, true.
That's what people are doing now. They're creating these
yeah.
little algorithms that make them money and
Boom, making bread off
creating
it.
currency.
I mean, especially with stock market, they already have algorithms made like that to where you can legally fucking trick the system for real and boom, get your bread.
Yeah, it's a sad thing what happened to the cryptocurrency market here in like the last few months.
I seen, but I'm glad I didn't put nothing in it.
My soul.
I mean, I should have when that time was there, but I'm kind of glad that
As soon as it hit 72 cents, I said,
Yeah, I'm greedy. I mean, I'd have definitely done that for sure. I'd have got
Greedy
my
as
bread.
fuck.
I'd have got my bread, but I've been greedy with it. I probably would have bought back in a little bit more, and then just to lose that and pretty much just broke even at that point. You feel me?
I wish I would have been brave like my fucking professor and would have put a lot more money into it. I only put like, what, I think it was maybe $300 towards it, and like I got enough back to
Get a little something.
Pay
from
rent,
it, get a little something.
get some nice
from it,
shit,
Get
yeah.
a little something.
yeah.
That's all you really need for real, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah.
So all you really need, you can be content with that. You feel me?
I ain't trying to like get rich quick or anything like that. I just
Bitch, if I can, I will, motherfucker.
hustle a little bit of money, you know. I'm a
Hell yeah.
hustler.
I'm a hustler. I'm getting it one way or another. I feel
That's
you on
why
that.
I'm going to school and I'm gonna start making my own money and
Hell yeah.
you know,
Hell yeah.
I can cook my ass off. I'm gonna have a food truck, y'all. Be on the lookout. I think the name of my food truck's probably gonna be like All American Dad's Barbecue.
All American dads.
Yeah.
You gonna make that all American burger?
Oh, bro.
That all
Listen,
American sauce.
I make
That sauce.
a donut burger, right?
Let me hear what you got. I never had a donut burger before.
Donut bun,
Donut bun.
quarter-pound burger.
What type of burger you got? What type of beef you using?
I'm using 80% lean beef.
That 80-20?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
80-20. You gotta have a little bit of fat, you know. That's what gives it that juiciness.
Yeah.
And then I chop up some jalapenos,
Ooh, like that already.
and then I put it in the meat when I make the burger.
Yeah.
And then I fry jalapenos, top it, pepper jack cheese,
What else you got?
honey,
Ooh, with the donut?
bacon, more pepper jack cheese, honey, barbecue sauce, donut on top. Oh, and a pineapple ring. Sorry, I forgot the pineapple
And a
ring.
pineapple ring with it. Ooh. How much that gonna run me at that?
That burger in particular, probably around $10.
Wow, damn.
But you'll get like a side of fries with
You
it.
getting something? Yeah, I mean that's a fat old burger.
Yeah.
With the donut.
Yeah.
With the donut. I'm taking it every trip.
Donuts are inexpensive though. You can get like
You gotta tell people
12
that.
glazed
You gotta
donuts
tell
for,
people-
like-
You gotta tell people that.
you know
You charge that
I'm
burger.
cost efficient,
You feel
motherfucker.
that? You charge. You run that money up. You gotta tell the people that.
You can take this down unless there was something on there that you found particularly
It
interesting.
turns out that we virtually. Damn, I forgot all about this. Yeah, I can't read for shit.
Turns out though that we virtually use every part of our brain, and that the brain is active almost all the time. Let's put it this way: the brain represents 3% of the body's weight and uses less than 20% of the body's energy. That is an interesting little clip.
Don't tell me shit. You speaking circles
Thanks,
around
Slim
me.
Shady.
Speaking circles around me.
So, my 3 questions I would ask aliens is what scientific breakthrough led to their capability of interstellar travel?
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
I want to know
I'm asking that
how
too.
the hell you guys are making it through space.
Yep. Absolutely.
Help us out.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I say. Yeah, absolutely. While y'all gone, I say give it to an Elon Musk type person. Give it to somebody to where we can learn how to do this.
somebody
as well.
that's going to help the universe
Yes.
grow in a great
Yes.
way. Like, just go around plant plants everywhere. I don't give a fuck. If you can plant plants there, plant plants. Like, I think there's an 18-year-old girl who did better on NASA's exams than anybody ever. She's the only one to pass them all
All of them.
and she had the best scores of anybody on every single test. 18-year-old
She's
girl.
sending a plant into space.
And she's going up into space. She's going on an expedition to Mars, and she's going to be planting plants on Mars, bro.
Bro, have you heard the theory that there's underground caverns in Mars because pretty much the whole water on Mars?
They think that I've
there's-
heard something about like underground bases on Mars that aliens live in, and that
Yeah, pretty much that there's
there's
underground
recordings from the moon landing that
I haven't heard this.
when it wasn't put on the news, but if you go back and listen to the private recordings, you can hear Neil Armstrong saying there was he asked NASA if they had like a ship watching them from a distance.
What?
And then he was like, now there's like 12 of them.
You don't think that's Mollywood shit? I don't think we went to space back then. Personally, I don't. I know that might sound ignorant, but I just feel like we don't.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the Soviets were the first one in space, so I figured if they figured it out, we probably weren't too far behind. We probably just hired some of their engineers after they figured it out. And
I don't know. I feel like we were in such a race against the Soviets that was lightweight of Hollywood production to kind of be like, hey, we made it to space. When really we didn't, just to kind of buy us some time. I feel like later on we've definitely been into space since then, but I just feel like at that time we didn't have what we needed to get to space. I don't feel like we had the exact type of technology, the exact type of